Historic icons: Genghis Khan, the warrior who built the largest empire. Imagine a world where one man united warring tribes and forged an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe. This isn't a fantasy tale. It's the incredible true story of Genghis Khan. How did a boy born into a harsh, unforgiving landscape rise to become one of the most powerful and influential figures in all of history? What were the secrets behind his unstoppable army? And was he just a ruthless conqueror, or was there more to his reign? Today, we're journeying back 800 years to uncover the man, the myth, and the legend. We'll explore his brutal early life, his revolutionary military tactics, and the surprisingly modern way he governed his vast lands. This is the story of how one individual didn't just conquer the world, but fundamentally reshaped it. Born around 1162 and named Temüjin, the future Great Khan's early life was anything but glorious. He was born into the harsh reality of the Mongolian steppe, a world defined by constant conflict between nomadic tribes. His father, a minor chieftain, was poisoned by a rival clan when Temüjin was just a boy. This event plunged his family into chaos. Abandoned by their own tribe and left to fend for themselves, Temüjin, his mother, and his siblings faced starvation and constant danger. This period of hardship was a crucible, forging in him a resilience and a fierce determination to survive. He learned to hunt, to fight, and most importantly, to lead. One of the most defining moments of his youth was the kidnapping of his wife, Bert. Instead of accepting this fate, Temüjin formed alliances and launched a daring rescue. A move that not only saved his wife, but also began to build his reputation as a charismatic and capable leader. Temüjin's rise to power was a masterclass in diplomacy, strategy, and sheer willpower. He didn't just fight battles, he built relationships. He forged a critical alliance with a powerful chieftain named Togrul, who had been a blood brother to his father. He also bonded with another young leader, Jamuka, his childhood friend, and later, his greatest rival. Together, they began to consolidate power, bringing smaller tribes under their influence. But Temüjin's vision was different from others. He didn't just want to raid, he wanted to unite all Mongol tribes under one banner. His methods were revolutionary. He promoted people based on skill and loyalty, not family ties or noble birth. This meritocracy attracted the best and brightest warriors to his side. His famous rivalry with Jamuka came to a head as their philosophies clashed. Jamuka favored the traditional aristocratic Mongol system, while Temüjin championed a unified state. The conflict was inevitable, and after a series of decisive battles, Temüjin emerged victorious, finally uniting the fractured Mongol tribes. In 1206, a grand assembly of Mongol chieftains, known as a Kurultai, was held. It was here that Temüjin was proclaimed the supreme ruler of all Mongols and given the title he is known by today, Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. This wasn't just a new title, it was the birth of the Mongol nation. With the tribes united, Genghis Khan turned his attention to creating a society and an army unlike any the world had ever seen. He established a written legal code known as the Yasa, which covered everything from property rights to military discipline. Theft and adultery were punishable by death, creating a level of order and safety that was unheard of on the steppes. He also organized his people and his military into a decimal system. Soldiers were grouped into units of tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. This structure made the army incredibly flexible, disciplined, and easy to command. It broke down old tribal loyalties and replaced them with a single, unwavering loyalty to the Khan and the Mongol Empire. The Mongol military machine was one of the most effective in history, and its success was built on several key innovations. First was their unmatched horsemanship. Mongol warriors learned to ride almost as soon as they could walk, making them incredibly mobile. They could cover vast distances at surprising speeds, living off the land in their herds. Their primary weapon was the composite bow, a powerful and compact weapon they could fire with deadly accuracy from horseback. A Mongol army could shower its enemies with arrows from a distance, retreat before a counterattack could be mounted, and then strike again from another direction. This tactic, known as the feigned retreat, was a psychological weapon. It lured disciplined armies into breaking formation, at which point the Mongols would turn and annihilate them. But it wasn't just about tactics. Genghis Khan was a brilliant strategist. He used spies extensively to gather intelligence about his enemies, their terrain, and their political situations. He was also a master of psychological warfare, often offering cities the chance to surrender peacefully. Those who did were often spared, but those who resisted faced total destruction, a reputation that often caused future cities to surrender without a fight. With his unified nation and disciplined army, Genghis Khan began a series of campaigns that would create the largest contiguous land empire in history. His first major target was the Western Xia Kingdom in northern China, which he subdued after several campaigns. He then turned his sights on the powerful Jin dynasty in northern China. The Mongols, who were steppe nomads, had to learn how to conduct siege warfare against large, fortified cities. They did this by capturing engineers from the lands they conquered and forcing them to build siege weapons like catapults and battering rams. This ability to adapt was a hallmark of their success. After securing much of northern China, the Mongol war machine turned west. A trade caravan sent by Genghis Khan was murdered by the governor of a city in the Khwarezmian Empire, a vast Muslim empire in Central Asia. This insult triggered a massive Mongol invasion. Genghis Khan unleashed a multi-pronged attack that utterly devastated the empire. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara, centers of culture and learning, were razed to the ground. This campaign opened the path for the Mongol armies to sweep into Persia, the Caucasus, and the plains of Russia, creating a wave of terror and conquest that seemed unstoppable. Governing an empire of this scale presented a new set of challenges. Surprisingly, Genghis Khan's rule was marked by policies that were, in many ways, ahead of their time. He established a principle of religious tolerance across his empire. As long as conquered peoples paid their taxes and obeyed Mongol law, they were free to practice their own religions, whether they were Christian, Muslim, or Buddhist. He understood that stability was key to maintaining his empire. To connect his vast territories, he created the Yam, a sophisticated and efficient postal and communication system. It consisted of a network of relay stations with fresh horses, food, and lodging for official messengers. This Pony Express allowed decrees and intelligence reports to travel across the empire at incredible speeds, enabling him to govern effectively from a distance. Trade also flourished under Mongol rule. The Pax Mongolica, or Mongol Peace, secured the Silk Road, making it safer than ever for merchants to travel from east to west. This led to an unprecedented exchange of goods, ideas, technologies, and cultures between Europe and Asia. Gunpowder, paper, printing, and the compass all made their way to Europe, while Western goods and ideas traveled east. Genghis Khan's legacy is complex and often controversial. To many in the lands he conquered, particularly in places like Persia and Russia, he is remembered as a brutal tyrant, a destroyer of civilizations whose armies were responsible for the deaths of millions. The sheer scale of the destruction his campaigns caused is undeniable. Cities were wiped off the map, and entire populations were massacred. However, in Mongolia today, he is revered as the founding father of the nation, a national hero who united his people and established a lasting identity. Historians recognize him as a military genius and a visionary administrator. His unification of the steppes, the creation of the Yasa, the establishment of the Yam, and the promotion of trade under the Pax Mongolica had profound and lasting impacts on world history. He didn't just build an empire of land. He created a bridge between continents, accelerating the transfer of knowledge and culture in ways that shaped the modern world. His empire may have eventually fractured, but his influence echoes through the centuries. Genghis Khan died in 1227 during a campaign against the Western Xia. The exact cause and location of his death remain a mystery, buried with him in a secret, unmarked grave, according to his wishes. But his empire did not die with him. He had laid the groundwork for his sons and grandsons, like Gadai, Kublai, and Hulagu, to continue his conquests. They would expand the empire even further, reaching Poland and Hungary in the west, and establishing the Yuan dynasty in China. The Mongol Empire eventually became the largest contiguous land empire the world has ever known. A testament to the foundation built by its founder, Genghis Khan's story is a powerful reminder of how a single individual, forged in hardship and driven by a singular vision, can change the course of history. He was a conqueror, a unifier, a lawgiver, and a nation builder whose impact is still felt across the globe today. From a forgotten boy on the barren steppe to the ruler of the known world, his life remains one of history's most epic tales. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the life of Genghis Khan. We hope you found this exploration of one of history's most iconic figures as fascinating as we did. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more deep dives into the lives of the people who shaped our world, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Who is another historic icon you'd like us to cover? Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.